guys, welcome back to the podcast. We are very happy that you are joining us here today. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different things. We thought it would be fun to not just stick to one topic today and just, dive into different ones here and there. Mm-hmm. But what do you think we should start off with? Or you know what? Let's not even start off with a topic. Let's just start off with, how are you doing? Like, how's your week going? Okay. How's life? Give us a little update. I
feel like just living my present moment every single day.
Nice.
And I feel good.
You feel good? I feel good too.
I'm very grateful.
Feel like life is really good. I feel very grateful as well. I feel like I now enjoy things, like little things that I didn't enjoy before. So, which is interesting because we're actually going to talk about something similar today. That was one of our topics, was how to live in the present and how to enjoy your present time. What would be like the opposing thing, or like the opposite thing of living in the present for you? Do you feel like in the past you struggled with that?
I feel like I was very anxious every single day. Maybe I was just waiting, I don't know. We could say that when you're not present, you're just waiting, I don't know, for the weekend maybe.
Okay.
To get till the weekend. And then you didn't enjoy any day that you had during the week.
That's
because you were just waiting for the weekend, and that makes you feel anxious about it.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
Oh, that is so good. Because I was trying to think of like literal examples, and it was so hard for me to think of it. But that makes a lot of sense because obviously, and I mean, if you guys have had jobs and stuff, and like, it's common to, if you're working from Monday through Friday, that 9 to 5 of being like, ugh, like,
and even that you are like on a negative mindset, you know.
Yes.
You're day by day, you're just like, oh my god, I'm going to work again.
Yeah. And like I can't wait until the weekend. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
And it's like, it sucks because you're robbing yourself the opportunity of enjoying your weekdays as well.
Then you realize how many things you can get done in the evening or something after work, you know?
Exactly. Like, every single day is purposeful. Every single day is beautiful. Every single day is a blessing. And not just because it's the weekend. Like, that just
doesn't make any difference.
Exactly. But we make it a difference in our head. And I also feel like we make it a difference in bigger aspects when it comes to living in the past or the future and not living in the present. So when we speak about living in the present, really what we're trying to say is, I mean, the way that I define it is that I have peace, like inner peace every single day, no matter what. And yes, I have goals in mind, because this is one thing. For me, like, my struggle was that I had all of these goals in my head and I wanted to reach so many things. And, when I get to this point in my life, I'm going to be happy. Like, when I have kids, I'm going to be happy. When I'm married, I'm going to be happy. Like, that's when I'll enjoy life. But right now I'm going to suffer because, I don't have what I want yet. And it's like, no, like, that's a really sucky way of living life, because there is beauty in every single season that you're in, truthfully. Yeah. So I was just that kind of person that was like, I'll be happy when I reach this point, and just living in the future, or the idea of the future. And then I also had the other experience where I was living stuck in my past, because I was letting all of these things that I had already done or were done to me define the way that I was walking currently. And there were bad things. So obviously if I didn't fix the bad things, they were affecting me in a negative way. So then it was affecting my present day, and that wasn't helping me out either. So I feel like when we're talking about living in your present and enjoying the present, it's realizing that, yes, be aware of your past and be aware of your future, because I think it's necessary. It's going to motivate a lot of things and it's going to help you out. But also be intentional about your present. And when you find that intentionality in your present and you find the value in your present, you start to enjoy life, and you start to enjoy every single aspect and every single season of your life. And like I said, I explain it as that inner peace, because you realize, like, there's blessings today. Like, today has a lot of beautiful things in store. Today is an opportunity. Today, I might not have it.
Same thing. I used to wait for the week. I was like, when I had to do something, I was like, okay, when the weekend comes, I'm going to do it. And then I never did, So now I know that I can get things done during the week too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true.
It's just changing your mentality or whatever. I feel that when you are on this mindset, waiting for the future to come to, accomplish something or whatever, you even attract negativity.
Okay.
So you feel every day, like, I used to struggle a lot with getting bored.
Okay.
So it was because I wasn't enjoying my day by day, you know? And then what else? Then you feel lonely, and then you realize that you're not lonely because you have your family around you somehow. And there's people that doesn't have family, I know that.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel very blessed and grateful about it. But also, that's how you can change your routine, no?
Yeah.
If you're lonely, and there's people that lives alone too. So, I don't know, just plan have a whole routine that is like practical. How do you say that?
Yeah, something you look forward to, something that you enjoy, and implement little things that are going to make you look forward to your day. For example, like, and they could be the simplest of things, and that's why I think we don't understand that we put too much emphasis on that big thing, like this big party I'm going to go to at this point in time, or like this event, or like this whole thing, like huge things. And it's like, it doesn't have to be big. You could find joy in very simple things, and that's your choice, right? So I get excited to go to work now because before I go to work, I'm going to go to Starbucks and I'm going to get myself a nice little matcha latte. And that's something that I set aside financially. Like, I already put that money aside because I'm like, this is something that makes me feel like it's worth going to work, you know? Like, it's just a little treat, and I'm rewarding myself for something that I don't always like to do. So that's something that I'm like, dang, I'm excited. Imagine I'm getting excited for a matcha the next day, like, you know? And it's like, I wasn't excited about those things in the past, but I decided to try to implement little things that make me happy. And I think it is important to do that. I also think we have to consider the fact that a lot of us don't like doing things alone.
Okay.
And we think that that's bad, or we think that's lonely, right?
Yeah, well, that's the beauty too, that find peace in being alone. That's amazing.
Yes.
Because then you can be with whoever you want at the time you're gonna have to be.
Because what makes the environment and the ambiance is really your energy and your mindset. So I could even be in a room full of people, right? And I could still feel alone. I could still feel like there's no value in this because it's the mindset that's not there, right? So it all starts with you. So imagine if you have that cool mindset, when you're alone, you're also going to enjoy your alone time, and you're also going to think it's valuable because of that mindset that you have. And I think there's so much insight in being alone and spending time with yourself and learning about yourself and talking to yourself. You get such a clear idea of who you are, and then you could better express who you are and your expectations to other people, and you live a better life as well. It all starts with you becoming okay with yourself, becoming one with yourself, because too many of us are living lives detached from our own selves. And we're trying to find this sense of purpose.
And you don't even notice until you notice.
No, you don't. But you also feel like no matter what you do, or no matter what crowd you're in, or no matter how many things you try to do to distract yourself, you still feel a little bit empty inside, or you feel like there's something wrong. It can possibly be because you have not found yourself. And that's the very first thing that you have to do before you do anything in life, is to find yourself and know what it is that you like. Know your standards and your boundaries and your dreams and your ambition, like all of it. Otherwise, where are you going? You don't have a clear roadmap. So yes, of course you're going to feel lost. Absolutely. And then you're also robbing yourself from an opportunity to be a better person to somebody else. Because the better that you could treat yourself, like we always say, is the better you're going to treat somebody else as well. The more compassion, the more forgiveness, the more love you have for yourself. Everything you extend for yourself, in turn, you're going to extend for another individual. But that doesn't come unless you put the work in, like unless you get to know yourself. And that's where that inner peace comes in, and those little things of like, oh, I'm gonna do this today, and I don't have to wait for somebody else to come into my life for it to get done. And what's cool too is that later you start, when you have yourself right, or when you get to a good place with yourself and you find yourself, life starts to put people in your life
with the same mentality.
And now you could honestly enjoy cool conversations and
not even, I feel like sometimes we play that role in someone else's life to, you know, make them see life different somehow. So we are in people's lives for seasons because we had to teach them something. And they also teach us something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But maybe sometimes, you know, there's people that's their role in life, to try to make them see different, or try to make them to get to know themselves.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes that's my purpose.
Okay, that's beautiful. I like that. Yeah.
Okay, because I feel that when somebody doesn't know themselves good enough, they become people pleasers without even noticing.
Okay.
Noticing.
Yeah. Let's talk about people pleasers. Yes.
Were
'cause that's
you
a
a
good
people
topic.
pleaser in the past?
I definitely was. I've mentioned it in other episodes that I have been a people pleaser before. I think the premise of that is one, the way I was raised. Obviously, I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Also, religion has a lot to do with it in my personal life. And then, all in all, I just wanted to be accepted, and I didn't want to hurt people. I struggled so much when I made somebody else feel bad, or I caused harm to somebody else. I struggled very, very intensely with it from a very young age. So I'm like, crap, I don't want to make people feel bad. I don't want to make people upset with me. Like, I just don't want to disturb somebody else's peace. So in that huge thing that I felt, people pleasing kind of came about, because then I was in certain situations where I wasn't comfortable with things, and I was like, I don't really like this, or different scenarios where I'm like, it doesn't feel right, but I know the other person does, or I possibly don't want to hurt them by saying, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, or maybe I don't even want to deal with confronting that too. It could be that too. It's like fear. So I would just kind of shut myself off and be like, okay, I'll just take it. Like, I'll just take whatever's being given to me. I'll just take whatever's being done to me because it pleases this other person. And as long as I don't have to make them feel bad, it's fine. But what happens when you're doing that? You're making yourself feel bad.
It's so bad.
And it's the worst feeling
I feel like it also, it's the fact that we sometimes don't know how to say no.
Okay.
Or don't know how to put limits with someone.
Exactly.
What else?
And it's hard too, because again, it's like you don't want to hurt people, or you don't want to give the wrong idea or a wrong message. That's one thing that I struggled with boundaries, is like, I hope they don't think I'm stuck up, or like that I'm like high maintenance or something, like they think something about me that's not right.
Yep. I used to struggle because I don't know how to communicate my needs.
Okay.
I just feel weird about it.
Okay.
But it's essential.
It is essential. I mean, you have to be communicating your needs in life. Otherwise, people are going to assume your needs, and then you're going to just accept certain things that aren't in alignment with yourself. So, do you think that you had that same experience too, where you were a people pleaser?
Yeah, of course. We all been there.
100%. I definitely agree. But do you feel like you've made some progress up until this point?
I feel like now I decide who I want to spend my time with. Because I don't know, I love to be out. I love to be with everyone. I love to go to parties, it's just fun. I love to experience, different things with people and stuff. But then you get to a point where you don't find yourself attracted to it no more. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
You feel just so at peace that it's just like, okay, I'm gonna cut it off right here.
It is so good, because I feel like I'm literally going through that in my life right now. Because last year I did really enjoy going out and partying and like having a good time and drinking with my friends and stuff. And like now it's like I don't see the point of it. I really don't. Like, I don't. I think for once in a while, if it's somebody's birthday and we're celebrating something, yeah, of course. But, like, not like I was before, where I would go out, every other week or stuff like that. Because it's like, what am I doing, you know? And I think it's not bad. I'm not saying that that's bad if you are doing that. Everybody's intentions are different and everything. But for me personally in my life, I just feel like, yeah, like I just found so much peace with being with myself and finding myself, and I know what I want out of life. I know where I want to be, and I feel like I need to be intentional about everything that I'm doing right now to get to those places. And sometimes I feel like if I do waste my time in something that's really not giving me anything, then that's wasting my time. Like, I'm taking time away from something that can possibly help me get to where I want to be. And also, I have that inner peace, so I don't even need to go out. Like, I have inner peace wherever I'm at, so I much rather be doing something relaxing or something to pamper myself at home than to be out and about and, I don't know, like, partying, you know? But, yeah, I mean...
Valid. What do you think that it's people pleasers?
What do I think?
There are people that just, what we were talking about, they don't know themselves. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they're looking for sometimes. And what else? and they feel like they are part of something, maybe.
Okay, which we all do. At the end of the day, we all
Yeah,
want to be
we
a part of
all want
something.
that,
We
huh?
all want to be accepted. We all want to find that. But the thing is, the difference between a people pleaser and somebody who's not a people pleaser is that I feel like to get to that point where you're not, you have to accept yourself. You have to find all of those answers within yourself, and you have to stop trying to find them in other people.
You are the first person that has to accept yourself just as you are.
Yes.
To be able to find that acceptance somewhere else, huh?
Exactly. And once you accept yourself and you work on that, then you realize the value you have as a person, and then you could defend that value, and you don't have to people please.
Not even prove it. You don't have to prove your value because you know it.
You know it. And the most important person of all knows it, which is you.
Exactly.
Right? And then also if somebody comes, because people are still going to try to cross you. There's still going to people that there's still going to be people that come into your life who are going to be like trying
to test you out if you're really working on it, huh?
Exactly. Like it's still going to happen. But guess what? It's going to be so easy for you to be like, I actually don't want to interact with you because you now understand your worth and your value. And you're like, why do I have to please you? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to put my feelings aside or even like put myself down or allow you to affect me in a negative way for me to do something for you that's only going to benefit you. Yep. Like you're not considering my emotions. I think in any kind of human interaction that we have to be with people. If it's valuable, we have to find people who are also going to help us and pour into us. It can't always just be one-sided. In life, I mean, as these are the people that I keep super, super close to me. Obviously, I have acquaintances, I have friends that it is that kind of relationship where it's like 90 and 10%. That doesn't really affect me because they're not people who I interact with on a day-to-day basis. So I don't need them to be pouring into me all the time. But I'm talking about like people who are close in your circle. I think it's very important that there's different dynamics within a relationship or a friendship that have to be tended to for it to be valuable and for it to be something that's worth having around.
Be apporting something in your
exactly life. They do. And I only say that because I know with my character is I pour into other people because I love it. Like I'm not complaining. Like that's just my nature. I love doing that. But I give you my time. I give you my energy. I give you my very best. And it would be completely unfair if the person that I'm also pouring into isn't even reciprocating, not in the same way of like equality. Is not
appreciating it.
Appreciating, but there's a difference because there's a lot of people that appreciate the stuff that I give to them. Trust me, they appreciate it a lot, but they would never ever try to offer the same kind of. And it's not even that like, oh, I'm giving you this, I'll give it back, but it's like giving you the same amount of open communication or the same amount of compassion, you know, that you're giving to the other person. It's not even like give and take and like materialistic and like that's not the point I'm trying to make. It's just like you get to a point where you realize your worth and your value and you see the goodness inside of yourself that you are like, you want alignment with that as well from other people. You want to be able to accept that from other people and you realize that you're deserving of accepting that from other people. And I never felt like I was deserving before. Okay. Like I knew I was an amazing person. I knew I had a lot of value and worth and stuff like that because I was told that. But I never firmly believed it. And until I got to this point now of like the whole self-love stuff, now I know for a damn fact that I'm valuable. So it's easy for me to defend myself. It's easy for me to say no to certain people. It's easy for me to expect high things from the people that I'm around and cut people off if they're not performing to that high level because I am worth that. Not in a cocky way. At all because I'm very imperfect.
Because you're giving out the same, you know.
Yes,
you're expecting to receive just the same.
Sometimes I feel like we're raised to think otherwise, or you know, sometimes it's culture too of like, well, you have to be kind and you have to just be nice to everyone and you have to be respectful. That's something that I always grew up on, especially in our like Latin culture of like, oh, well, you know, go say hi to all of your aunts and uncles and stuff, and like you have to be submissive and all of these different things, and you have to respect your elders. And I get it, I get where it's coming from, but at the same time, I had to unlearn a lot of things because I had to like I came to terms with the fact that this is making me uncomfortable, and you're forcing me to do something that I am uncomfortable with. And I think that's why we become adults that just people please and that just naturally are inclined to being like, okay, fine, I'll dim myself down so that you feel better, because we were doing that our whole lives. So sometimes we even have to dig back into our past to see, damn, what were these preconceived notions? What were these I don't know, rules that you had to abide by growing up that made you into this person now. It might not even be something that you want to be doing, but like your very nature is causing you to be a people pleaser. And that's why you have to dig deep and you have to find like, where was like that spark? Like what caused this in order for you to change it?
Well, I think the causes are gonna be just the experiences that you're going through. Bad experiences sometimes, but they're not even bad. They're just lessons.
They're lessons, but they made you feel bad. And I think because they made you feel so bad, you're like, oh crap, I don't want to feel that again.
But when you overcome that, you're stronger than ever.
You 100% are, and that's how you get to the point where you're a people pleaser. Because how many times was I a people pleaser before I got to today? Like 50 times. There's like probably 50 different experiences where I was a people pleaser and it hurt me every single time, but it convinced me more and more. Just like I've said in the past, like every single time you go through something negative, you're just even more convinced. That's why I don't fault people when they fall. It's just kind of like, it's your process. It's your process. You're going to learn one day. This is going to mean something to you one day. It's going to be something beautiful for you. So take your time, have your process, and when you're ready, you're going to see. So,
sí. Yeah. Siento que también cuando te conoces a ti mismo, como que ya no buscas cuando sales, por ejemplo, ¿no? ¿Qué pensamos cuando salimos nosotras?
Ooh, this is good.
Como que yo nunca siento que he salido como, oh, voy a buscar gente, voy a buscar a alguien, voy en busca de alguien. ¿Ya
yo
sabes?
Sí, 100%.
Siempre es algo como divertirme y así. Obviamente empecé a tener experiencia. Uy, no, esto no lo quiero decir en español. Y yo. Well, I'm gonna touch this point again because, okay, what do you think about going out? What's your purpose behind it?
Yeah, I feel like before it definitely was, like in those instances of like bars and clubs and stuff, I honestly really was trying to be with somebody. Like I was just trying to go look to see if I could find somebody that I liked. And that's definitely not my motive now.
I just go for the plug, you know, for the experience that you're gonna get out of it. But also, I don't feel that I never was like looking for someone or to find someone or whatever.
Which I was.
But after I started to, that's our thing, I guess. But that's where I'm going to. Okay, I feel like I never had like this purpose behind it, like, okay, I'm gonna find someone tonight. But you know, we are pretty girls.
Okay.
And we always like get people to talk to us.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
And then, I started to experience, you know,
connecting with individuals.
Connecting with people in different levels.
Yes.
And it was just so weird. Like, now I feel to the point that the same thing that you were saying, when I go out and if someone talks to me, it's like, if I see the first very flaw, is a flaw?
Or red flag.
The first very thing that I don't like, I'm like over it. Like,
literally, it's like, okay. I don't. You're literally, it's a blessing because you're showing me so quickly.
But what do you think? I feel like, first of all, for me to talk to someone, I need to like something. It's easy to see this. It's so cute. It was my
Okay.
It was my custom, and I didn't draw their fucking face. So I was just like, this is my custom. What else? That's what I'm saying. Like, right now, I don't even go by looks or anything. It's just like, I'm not even looking for that. And I'm so into this mentality of, or mindset, that I'm just gonna attract whatever is gonna be meant for me. So I'm grateful that now I see that nobody talks to me when I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is so good too. I wanted to talk about this. Oh my gosh, because there's a difference that I have seen. Last year when we were going out, Sam, and like we were going out together, right? Guys would hit on us all the time.
Just random people.
All the time. Like there wasn't a weekend where we wouldn't meet a new guy who wanted to interact with us and buy us drinks and stuff, right? This year, as of these last couple of weeks, nobody talks to us. Nobody gets close to us. And if they do, we instantly say... and we walk the other way. Because also, we're not interested, right? Yep. We're not trying to find a man at a club or at a bar. We're really not. Like, that's not where our man is going to be at. Yep. And we have that very clear now.
We know very well how to read thirsty guys.
Just yes, that too. And, like, intentions, right? Before, I think... Yeah. Being honest, like, let's just be real. Last year, I was okay with just meeting a guy and just interacting with him for a little bit and being like, okay, I'm good. And I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is. Okay, that's what I was feeling last year. So I think that's also why so many guys approached me, because I was open. My energy,
you were open to anything.
My energy was like, I'm just open to meeting people and this and that.
And that's really true. You freaking attract what you are.
You do. And now this year, ever since I've been like, no, my worth is super high up there, and not just anybody has the opportunity to speak to me and stuff. Again, not in a cocky way. It's just like, I know my worth and value. Now it's like, I don't attract those people at all. I don't waste time, and they don't waste their time. And I think it's so beautiful. Like, as soon as you start putting everything in place for yourself, you will attract and align with things that are also in place. So I'm excited. And that's even much more like when I do meet someone who does approach me and who does, you know, come into my life naturally, organically, it's so much more beautiful. And I feel like I'm experiencing just a portion of it right now in my life, where I like met somebody who is aligning with me and who thinks like me and who has so many beautiful things. And it's like, it wasn't forced. Like, it was just natural. And I feel like that happens in life once you start working on yourself. And like,
to me, that gets weird because I feel like I don't want to ruin it.
I do feel a sense of that in this situation, but at the same time, I realize that I see it more so of like, thank you that I have this opportunity, and if I lose it, it's gonna come again, right? It's just something that had to
maybe
pass.
it's just something that is showing you how to handle it,
or showing me that this exists, right? I can't get hung up on this. I do like it, but I can't put all of my eggs in one basket, or I can't become obsessive with this idea of like, oh my gosh, I found this person that thinks just like me and everything. Because again, we're all human beings. Stuff can change. Maybe you see one aspect and it isn't that aspect. Like, you just don't know. And that's not to be a Debbie Downer. It's just like, you have to be reasonable and you have to be realistic in all situations. So I'm just taking it like that. And I'm like, I'm just grateful for this experience. And it's showing me that people like this exist. Maybe it's going to become something, or maybe it's not. So, you know, it is what it is. But I love it. I love it.
Bueno, con eso dicho, quería decir eso, ¿no? Que, pues sí, me encanta como nadie se nos acerca ahora que no tiene que ver con nosotros. Yo, que no tiene que ver.
It is, and it's fun. It's like, I don't know, it's a good time.
Okay, ¿qué piensas de... No sé, ¿qué piensas? Bueno, yo quiero contar Bueno, creo que sí voy a exponerme un poco.
Hazlo.
Quiero contar esa experiencia, como que antes es eso, ¿no? No sabía lo que quería y nada, y todas las personas que atraía eran personas iguales a mí, literalmente, que no sabían lo que querían y que simplemente estaban viendo qué pedo con la vida, ¿no? El punto que ahorita como que no atraemos a ningún tipo de persona así, gracias a Dios, literalmente.
Sí, sí.
Y... no sé.
It's crazy how everything...
Y si me he besado un feo es por su personalidad. ¿Es no?
I forgot what I was gonna say, bro.
Pienso que me fijo mucho en el físico. Puede ser que sí, pero a la vez la personalidad es lo más importante para mí, obviamente. Y si alguien me ha caído bien y así, simplemente a veces es como, no sé.
She's definitely not for the looks. Let me tell you that. I'm kidding.
No, sí.
I'm kidding.
Yo, no es cierto,
kidding. Hasta la vida.
Y yo, por el interés. Ay, sí, no.
Sí.
¿Qué interés, mío?
So now, for a guy to approach you, what do you think it requires? Or what do you think is, like, worth you saying, like, okay, I will engage in a conversation
That's
with
funny
you?
because I feel like I used to, like, fantasize about how my last guys approach me.
Okay.
I used to think, like, oh, that was cool or whatever.
Okay.
But not even. It was just, miras. Now, to approach me, I feel like it gotta be slow.
Yes, like, gentle.
You're not gonna come and be like, hey, I like you a lot. No, you gotta like try to get to know me or something.
Put effort in.
To even be able to have something from me. I don't know. So
I think it's that gentle approach, that kind approach, that approach that's like a friendship, really. Like,
I also don't get those people that they want to get to know you, but that's how you know that they don't want to get to know you, because the first encounter that they want to have with you, it's like at a place that it's not meant to get to know someone, you know?
Oh, interesting.
So it's like from there, since there, I know that, okay, you don't want to get to know me in that way, you know what I'm saying?
So like, I know in what way you're trying to get to know me.
Yeah, so that's what I've been like, you know, ghosting some people. Some people.
We just talked about ghosting, girl. Literally.
I feel like now it's worse because of technology and social media and stuff. That people are just doing the bare minimum to get to know someone, you know?
Yes.
They lost that romantic part of it or whatever.
Yes. I love romance. I freaking love romance, and I hate the fact that that is so true. That I feel like it's just lost now. Like,
but I also feel like we all love that, but just with these years or whatever,
we're
it became gold.
desensitized.
Yeah. Esa mamada. Eso.
That's
100%.
crazy. I think
Porque
it
somos
is.
humanos, güey. Todos queremos eso.
Yeah, we do. Just some people are like, I guess that side of them is asleep right now.
Sí, 100%.
So we have to awaken it again. And then also, we have to be intentional about learning about love and what love is, like how to love someone properly, what it actually means.
But that's what you gotta love yourself first.
Yes. But what does even loving yourself mean? You know, like what is love?
When you, to me, love is when you love everything. No, no quería decir eso.
To me, love is when you love.
To me, love is just like completely accept every single thing or flaws in a person that you want to be with, or the persons that you love, you know, the people that you love. You're gonna
full acceptance.
Yeah, you're gonna respect what they are, how they think, the way they communicate. I don't know.
And it's accept. I like that you
but
say
then
accept.
I feel like it's different when you're like a partner with someone, because you're gonna try to work things out. That's different.
Yeah, absolutely.
But love in general is just, I don't know, accepting you and embrace you or whatever.
That's beautiful. I love that. I get my definition of love obviously because I have like a faith background, so there's like a Bible verse says love is kind, love is patient, you know, and then it keeps on going.
Sí, todas esas
And
cosas.
100% I believe all of those things, because I feel like love is so many things. All of those things in that Bible verse, I'll put it on the screen if you guys want to look more into it. Or also, I think love is a sacrifice, and I think it's a constant effort and it's work. Because I think too many people think love is just a feeling, and it's something that you're always going to feel like, I love you, and you're everything. No. You're going to get pissed off.
It's also something
We're
you
still
choose
human
to
beings,
feel.
and it's going to be hard. Some days you're not going to feel like loving someone because it's not a feeling, right?
Sí.
It's an action. It's an active choice that you make every single day when you decide to be like, I'm going to put up with you, even with all of your differences, and I'm going to accept you. That's me making an action to love you. It's an action. It's a choice. It's not a feeling.
Por eso es importante que sea recíproco, ya sabes.
Yes. And it's important to understand the concept of love. We talk about love all the damn time. All of our songs are about love. All of our conversations are about love.
Sí.
And we're in relationships. A lot of people are in relationships, and the main thing that's in a relationship is love, right? How many people don't even know what love is? Or how many people are walking around thinking that love is simply just a feeling?
Sí.
It's not.
You also said something about sacrifice, and that's what I feel right now in my life. I feel like I'm in a full sacrifice.
Okay.
But you know, like we were saying at the beginning, you try to see it in a good way, in a positive way. But you know, you're sacrificing these things because you're not feeling your fullest sometimes. So I feel like these years I'm sacrificing them, but I know something better is coming, you know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. You're loving yourself. That's an act of self-love. That's the ultimate act of self-love. It's sacrificing now. It's that delayed gratification of I need to not do certain things right now, or put things on pause right now and start other things because I want something better for my future. I want something better for my future children, for my future family. Like, I am thinking that far ahead, so I am going to walk accordingly.
Sí. Yeah. But also, if you are not enjoying your present, you might not get there. You know what I'm saying?
So we went full circle from how we started the conversation. It all comes back to this. That's beautiful. At the end of the day, yeah, exactly. If you're not appreciating your now and the present, you're not even gonna
get
to the point.
This is the process of what you're trying to get, of where you are trying to get.
That's beautiful. Yes.
So you gotta.
So you're even excited about now because you're like, oh, this is all gonna be something so beautiful. Like this has purpose.
I feel that way. Like lately, I know where I'm going. So, well, I trust, you know, where I'm going.
Yes.
So that motivates me a lot, honestly.
It does.
And it's just.
You're so secure in your future
how you can get that motivation from that alone, an imaginary thing, you know.
Yes.
That you don't know if it's gonna come, but you just trust that it's gonna come.
You could feel it coming. in a way. Like, yeah, you don't know, but you could feel it, and you kind of do know inside. You're like, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna freaking have that. That's my life, and I'm just simply walking to my life every single day. So I'm excited. Imagine it's like one more day. It's like one walk closer. And it's not like, oh, I'm gonna, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna be happy when I get there. No, it's like, no, I'm just excited about my future. We were also going to talk about what we would tell our younger self. That was like another segment or another topic that we wanted to get into. So I think it kind of goes into what we have been talking about in a way, because one of the main things I had said, I was thinking, what would I tell younger Daine? And it was that she should really not focus on relationships at such a young age, and she shouldn't be in relationships at 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 years old. Truthfully, I don't think it, I mean, there's a lot of beauty that I got out of it, and I don't regret my choices at all. Like, I would not go back, honestly. But I would consider, I mean, it's something that I would tell my younger self is like, it's probably going to be better for you if you don't, like, you could go without this, because those relationships caused so much harm to me, and there was so much for me to process, because I was in toxic relationships, but I was also like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yo, I wish I was a virgin.
But I was so young, and these were very stressful situations that I was dealing with, and I didn't even have the mental capacity or emotional maturity to be able to deal with all of the things that come from being in a relationship. That's why I don't recommend being in a relationship at a young age, because you're not mature enough to be dealing with the repercussions of being in a relationship and what it actually means to love someone. A lot of us, like we just said, don't even know what love is. So why are we with people? Like, we have to learn so much more before we get to that point. And it's kind of hard to be learning that when you're trying to make sense of your hormones that you're naturally going through when you're in those ages, right? You already have so much, and then school and being accepted and figuring out who you are and all of this stuff. It's already so hard that you're dealing with that. And then you add a relationship in there. Like, what? It doesn't make sense. So that's one of the main things I would tell my younger self. It's like, girl, just don't do it. Like, don't be in relationships right now. That all will come in due time. And it's not now.
I feel like everything happened really at the perfect moment. Like, you know, I'm getting to know myself now. I'm this process of you know, evolution or whatever. But yeah, I wish it was early, because I could have accomplished more things.
Oh, I feel that heavy too.
Well, also I trust my timing or whatever, so I feel like I'm on the right time right now. I'm just 21, so
yeah.
Bye.
Well, it's hard to do this exercise too, because like I said, we're so happy with where we are, and we found that inner peace that we don't look at our past as something bad. So it's kind of hard to go in the past and be like, oh, well, this is what I would say. But we also realize
I will say that, just, I don't know, I would love to accept myself before, even more, like the way that I do now, you know.
Yes, 100%.
And truly prioritize myself as I'm doing now.
Yeah, because I think a lot of my problems when I was younger stemmed from that very thing of not knowing who I was or accepting myself. Like, I mean, that's where all of my problems came from. When I was insecure, it was because of that. When I couldn't make friends, it was because of that. When I was having relationship problems, it was because of that. So once you find the solution, the very big answer to all of your problems, like, you don't struggle with them anymore. So I wish I would have not struggled with them a lot earlier. I see what you mean. Like, yeah, that would have been cool. But it is what it is. I'm really happy with everything. Like, it's crazy because life has not been perfect at all, and I've done some very stupid things, like extremely stupid. Where I think back and I'm like, Daniel, what were you thinking, bro? Like, that's like out of your character. Like, I don't even know what you were thinking. What did you get possessed by? Type stuff, you know. But like, it was funny. It got really bad, and I lived with a lot of shame and a lot of guilt for a large portion of my life. And I thought that everything that I was going through was wrong and incorrect, and it was just going to bring about negative things. And to be sitting here today after having done all of those dumb things and not feel an ounce of guilt or shame, and feel like everything was purposeful, and feel like I could get something out of every single negative situation I've been through. And I'm like so happy and in love with myself. And I'm in love with Daine, who made those mistakes. Like, that's who I'm in love with. And that doesn't, like, it didn't make her any different that she did all of those things. I've just accepted myself. It's beautiful. When you accept yourself, you accept so many things. You're open to love. You're open to grace. You're open to gentleness. And you radiate in it. Like, and I mean, it radiates from you when you're sitting in it and you're soaking in that. It's only natural that happens. So it's like, that's why I'm so light and airy and why I love everything and I'm so passionate. It's because, like, this is what I'm sitting in. Like, this is my life. I pour into myself every single day. I love myself. I consider my emotions before I make any kind of choice, and my future kids. I'm like, what choices am I making today? What things am I doing that's going to affect my future child who doesn't even exist? But like, that's how focused I am on my purpose in life and everything that I know God has in store for me. Like, I know I'm gonna have it, so I have to be intentional about everything that I'm doing right now if I actually want to get there. But life is good. At the end of the day, that's the point, is that life is good, and I freaking love it here.
Y yo como digo, algo bien.
Algo bien.
Estamos pasando por algo bien momentos.
Sí, así es, todo está bien, muy, muy bien. Before we close off, how do you feel right now?
Siento que sí me quiero mucho y todo, pero estoy acostumbrada a quererme, ¿ya sabes? Como que estoy acostumbrada. Ahora es como diferente.
Yeah, there's a difference in it. Yeah.
La manera diferente es como que me quiero en otros aspectos, ¿no? Como aspectos más personales, podrías decir. Siento que yo siempre me he querido, ya, lo tengo la respuesta. Siento que yo siempre me he querido, ok, me acepto como soy, ya sabes, mi físico o lo que sea. Me acepto como es, ya sabes. Y hay personas que sí, o sea, siento que sí me critico mucho y me juzgo demasiado a veces, pero siento que la mayoría de mi vida me he aceptado como soy, podría decir físicamente, pero ahora siento que es aún mejor porque acepto como mi personalidad, que es algo que antes no aceptaba, tipo así. Y ahora como que mi personalidad y aprendí como a entenderla, güey, y no sé, ver el lado bien, ya sabes. O que no me dé cringe, porque es como raro. O sea, siento que todos usamos cringe también y es como, ok, ya sabes, estás acostumbrado demasiado a estar en ti. Entonces, obvio que lo que es como muy familiar se te hace fastidioso, ¿no? Pero, pues sí, supongo que bien.
That's good. That's good. I also feel like it's evident that you are good. And I'm like, I've seen the changes myself. And it's just really cool, dude. Like, you are completely different than who you were even last year. It's just crazy. Like, you're making better choices and you're getting better results as well. And the better choices are coming from the very fact that you love yourself. Because you love yourself and you care about yourself, then you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. I could literally see it. And that was something that maybe you didn't consider in the past or you didn't even think about in the past. And now it's very conscious and it's active, bro. And it is going to help you out so much. Guys, we do apologize for the little minor inconvenience. And you guys will see this is a common trend in our videos. We apologize because the clips change mid-podcast on YouTube. Because we switched the cameras. So they're two completely different cameras and two different models. So that's why they look a little bit different. But hopefully you guys don't mind. There will be those switches in the middle of the videos. And also we get lost because we forgot what we were saying in the last clip. So now we have to like, what were we saying? Okay. I want to do something like, let's start doing a little thing on the podcast after every episode. Or after we're done talking about our topics. We could probably close it off in a certain kind of way. If you guys have any suggestions, also put it in the comments down below because we are open to that. But I want you to compliment 3 things about yourself. 3 things that you love about Sammy. And then I'll say 3 things that I love about myself. The reason being is because I want us to be introspective and to get to the point where this is natural for us and we could just openly speak about beautiful things about ourselves and practice self-love. The more you do it, I feel like the better you get at it. And then also, I think it's beautiful for even other people to see an example of someone doing that so that hopefully you guys could practice that as well with yourselves. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, because I feel like it's hard. To me, it's hard to take compliments. These are the things that you said about you because if you know you are them, you don't have to
obviously we're not over here saying like, oh, I'm, this is me. And no, we're not popping off.
I'm not trying to prove nothing, okay?
No, it's a question that I obviously am asking you with a bigger purpose. And we know that it's not that.
I like how I can be empathetic in any situation and with anyone. And I love that I am a genuine person. I'm not going to say something to you if I don't feel it, What do you love about yourself?
I love the fact that I can love myself.
Okay.
Like, just that simple fact, because I love myself every single day and I put the work in, and it's like an active choice, like I was just saying. But the fact that I can even love myself, and I can, like, I think I'm worth even putting the work in to love myself and to know myself is really cool. Like, I really appreciate that about myself. I also like how detail oriented I am when it comes to treating others. Like, I really do take other people into consideration, and I want to make other people feel good. And I notice little things, like when they say a story and like they pointed out how they liked something, like I'm not gonna forget that. I'm always gonna remember that, and then I'm gonna like get you a little gift that reminds me of that moment or something. Like, I just feel like I'm really thoughtful, and that's something that I know when I receive that from somebody else, it makes me feel really good. So it's nice to know that I have the ability and the desire to provide that same kind of feeling to other people through those actions. I also love the fact that, like, I enjoy being in my own company. Like, I love who I am. I love my personality. Like, I would love to clone myself and to hang out with myself. Like, that's how much I freaking love myself, and how fun how fun I think I am, and how much I don't really need anything else outside. I can be alone in my room and I could be happy and content with myself, because I love myself and I love how I think, you know. And I could create, like, you create the environment. Even when I'm not alone in my room, anywhere that I'm going, I create the environment, right, with my energy and my intention. So I can make anything beautiful. But I am the one who's doing that. Like, I have the ability to do that and to put the work in to even get there in the first place. And that, again, it's just like things that I admire about myself in a way. But yeah. Now I also want to do this. We'll add this onto our little exercise, but I want you to name one thing that you have to work on for these upcoming days. Okay, like this week, this is what you're going to be intentional about. And then I'll say what I'm trying to fix this week too.
I feel like I'm very obsessive sometimes. So I need to work on that.
Okay, perfect. I would like to work on not getting too worked up or over stressing when it's not necessary. Like, sometimes, like, I know this situation is gonna clear up. I know it is. It is.
Sí. Como que
but I'm like,
te pones
like, literally all week about it, and I'm like, girl, chill. Like,
¿cómo se dice eso? Te
desesperas? You're just kind of overwhelmed by everything that you're like unsure about. Because like my personality is, if I don't have everything planned out and it's not all just set in stone, and like I know what I'm going into, I freak out. So I'm freaking out all the time because that's life.
I just trust that it happens.
I want everything to already be good. Like, I already want to know what's going to happen. Like, I already, like, just, you know? But like, that's because I want the easy way out, because I don't have to work too much when that's the thing. But that's not how life is, and I'm glad that life isn't that way, because it does force me to, you know, put some work in. I really need it. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's that.
I think it's time for you guys to go. Thank you so much for watching.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other topics that you want us to dive into, go ahead and let us know. We want to talk about what you guys want us to talk about. So DM us, comment down below, let us know what you want to hear, and we're more than happy to do that for you. What were you going to say, Sam?
Thank you so much for watching. I've been getting a couple of texts.
Okay.
About people liking our podcast, and it just feels so cute. And to know that we are actually, you know, pouring into somebody's life. And thank you.
I love that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are very happy to share these things with you guys every week. This is something we're really passionate about, and it makes us happy to know that, you know, you guys like it too. So yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.